So before I start talking about this subject, listen, don't put me in any category or put a label on me, please. Like, I'm not even asking please, because you can say whatever you want about me. Or put a label on me all you want. Does not mean I'm going to accept it, so God bless you if you try. Dude, and let me preface this by saying I did not want to come to you and tell you this. This was exactly what I was against. This was exactly what I was against. This is how, like, I cannot explain to you that I did not want to come here and tell you this. Please realize that. Please realize that. This is the last thing I wanted to be. This is the last thing I wanted to do. If you've watched me for any period of time, you understand how hard this is for me to speak these words I'm getting ready to speak. At the core, oh my God. At the core of the belief and the way to conduct yourself and act here, you have Buddhists, you have Christians. But at the core of what the belief is and what is true, it's what the Christians believe, man. But it's not in the way they believe it. It's not in the way they believe it, though, so I don't know what to say or do here, because it's going to sound like I am agreeing with Christians and then I'm going to be labeled as a Christian. So this is a lose-lose situation for me. Please understand, I was traumatized by Christianity. I was forced to go to church and listen to this stuff. Heaven, hell, demons, angels. I was presented this representation of God and Jesus so much, dude, that I rebelled against it. And I was like, fuck, forget this God and forget Jesus. Like, this is insane what these people believe and they're saying, and their actions do not back up what they say, so I don't take them seriously. And then I went on a worldwide tour of disproving Christianity. So now here I am coming to you doing this, and I don't want to do this, but it's the truth. So what am I going to do? Lie? I can't lie. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit is true. The resurrection is true. Rebirth, true. Antichrist, true. Satan, God, Jesus, Lucifer, true. The only way to the Father is through Christ. True. Heaven, hell, true. These are true. But they're not what you believe it to be. These are blew out of proportion things. God, the devil, not God, the tyrannical father, Lucifer, Satan, Jesus are all mechanism. I'm stumbling over my words, my apologies. Mechanisms of the human mind. More so than that, they are parts of you. Now, when you can mold these parts and get them together, they give you a rebirth and form Christ, which is what you want to become, because that's what you really are. Now, I'm going to make a separate video giving you my full story on this, because let me just do it here. I'm going to give you my story on this. So, again, I was against Christianity. That was the furthest thing I wanted to be any truth in. Now, please let me preface this by saying again, I'm going to keep saying this so my words can't be twisted. The way it's presented to you and the way that it has been pushed on you is a lie. It's deceit. It's manipulation. It's not truth. It's not truth. But there's truth in it, is the saddest part of it all. So, or a beautiful part, depending on how you want to look at it. So I was against this, wholeheartedly against it. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea the torment, the torture, the trauma I endured from Christianity. Especially growing up in the Bible Belt. Especially growing up in the South. And especially growing up the way I grew up. So, I mean, let me just give you a peek into my life as a child. I could not have an 8-ball because it was witchcraft and devilry. I could not have NWO shirts. Eventually I got them, but at first it was you can't have NWO shirts because of New World Order. You know, a child wanting a wrestling t-shirt, you can't have that Austin 316. You definitely can't have an Austin 316 shirt. That's blasphemy. Like, dude, there was other clothing brands I couldn't get, other toys I couldn't get. At one point in time, they tried to take my Power Ranger toys away from me because a preacher said that through these Power Rangers, it's depicting demons. The demons are going to look like the Power Rangers' nemesis. And the only reason they're doing that is because Satan took over the world and he's getting people used to demons through imagery. Like, what kind of crazy world are you living in that you believe this? And let's take a step back. Let's say you do believe this, right? Let's say you believe that God created all this and then he set his nemesis, the devil, down here to fuck your whole life up, right? And then God's judging. God set someone here to set things in your way to see if you're going to, how you're going to take it, and then he's going to send you to heaven or hell based on that. Even though you believe he knows every hair on your head and knows that he wrote the book. This is destined to happen. Why would you worship that God? Like, just take a step back and be honest with yourself. Why would you even have to have anything to do with that God? That's the God that I'm trying to overthrow. Because that's not God. I'm not even going to say it's the devil, because it's not the devil, it's not Satan. I don't care or know what words you want to use here. Lucifer, Satan, the devil, these other weird names that they call the man. So, don't put your blame on the devil. That's stupidly easy to do. It's ridiculously easy for you to do an action, for you to do something for you to just do something. Well, the devil made me do it. It's the devil. This is in human nature. Realize this. They blame Lucifer, the devil, or Satan for everything. It's always Lucifer, the devil, or Satan's fault. They give God credit for everything. They think God's a tyrannical asshole, but they worship him anyway. Weird. And then they did Jesus incredibly dirty. Crucified the man and started worshiping him. So that's patterns. And I don't have it. Listen, I've got rid of my chip on my shoulder. If it sounds like I have a chip, I'm not. I'm just telling you, this is where my frustration came from. And this is why I didn't want to come on here and make this video. It's 8 minutes, man. I'm just talking in circles. But this has been a holdup of mine. Like, at the core of it, if you truly follow Christ and you listen to Christianity, and at the core of what Jesus actually said, then you're on the right path. So my holdup is it gets presented in weird ways. My holdup is it gets used for manipulation. It gets used for trying to control people. It gets used as a fear tactic. And people will not break out of the cycle of this, and they just go to church, and then they put their children in church, and they put their... And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with church, man. Like, I have contemplated opening up a church for a couple of years now. But it wouldn't be a Christian church. It would not be any denomination of a church. It would just be a house of consciousness. If you want to come and expand your consciousness, come there and we'll talk. It's not about Christianity, though. We'll talk about Christ, but we ain't talking about this stuff. So, let's just pretend I'm not from here. I didn't know anything about this place. I was just dropped off here, right? And I was examining this place, and I was trying to figure out what's the best way to live, how to do things, like what's what, right? And I came back to you. This is what I tell you, it's Christianity, but not in the form that they believe it to be, because this form of Christianity is incredibly insane. But what the man Jesus really said, and what Christ can do for you through experience and verification, That's the way to go. Now take some stuff from Buddha and put it in there too, and you're great. But no, I don't believe in reincarnation. I do, but not to this extent. So for an example, do I believe reincarnation can and will happen? Absolutely. There's no, why couldn't it? But do I believe you're reincarnated as every animal, every human being, everything ever? No. What's the point in that? There's no point in that. So there's children that are born and die within a minute of birth. What's the point of that? There's children that die, that die in the womb. What's the point of that? There's children that, what is the point of it, man? Like, you have a really fucked up vision of God if you believe this. I feel like, anyway. And see, all these things I say, you can go verify. It's not like... So let's just go back to my story. So I was an addict. I manipulated people. I lied. I stole things. I cheated. I was the complete opposite of what I am now. And what changed all this, you may ask? It was a series of events that include meeting God face to face, psychedelics, and Christ coming into my heart. As well with me doing the work. I mean, dude, I'm not solely giving credit to Christ. I'm not giving credit to psych. I did it. So I'm taking the credit. I take the credit. But I had some help along the way. So yeah, man, like, just these things saved my life. Like, my life was completely different than it is now. I don't even know what I was doing then. Like, I don't even feel like I'm the same person. I don't even feel like I'm in the same reality. I just do not feel... This has just been such a drastic change and such a drastic shift and such a... I mean, it seems like it's stretched out forever, but it also seems like it went incredibly fast. So it just kind of hurts me, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it really hurts me that this is what's getting presented to people here. That this version of God and this version of Christianity is getting presented to people. Kind of hurts, to be honest with you, because the message of Christ was incredibly beautiful. And what Christ really said, or Jesus, whatever you want to say, what he said was beautiful. And now it's just twisted. And this isn't true Christianity. What's going on here? I'm not saying true Christianity doesn't go on here, but when I talk to you, I'm talking about what's getting the mainstream getting pushed in your face. That version of Christianity is a poor translation. And I'm not saying the Bible. Listen, I'm not nitpicking the Bible either. I'm just saying what the values and what these people believe and what they present to you. It is a poor translation of what the man actually said. So, but you have no idea how much I've overcome. Like, I'll make a separate video just like not even talking about this stuff, just telling you the story of my life. And then you're going to listen to this story and you're going to be like, man, what? Like, how the fuck is this guy still here? Like, how is he talking, and how does he still have kindness and love in his art and motivation and trying to help people? That's what you're going to realize. Because I don't like playing the victim mentality. I've came on here and told you guys messed up things I've done. I've sprinkled in a couple things that were done to me, but I've not went fully into depth and detail of my full story. And this video wasn't made, like, I'm probably going to watch this video and be like, man, you should have just, who cares? Like, you're so worried about people putting a label on you that you spent 5 minutes making it a point to go against what you're saying is accurate. I don't know why I do these things. It's just important for me that no one puts a label on me or puts me in a box, because I don't want to be considered Christian, spiritual. I don't want to be considered anything. That's the thing, man. Everybody wants to put a label on you here. I don't like labels. Just a person trying to do good and spread the word to you. There's no label necessary. But it is a game of form and the play of life. I am you talking to you. So is everyone else. This is what we do. We create illusions. We have an experience. We tell stories. And we snap up and wake out of it. Wake up and snap out of it. I love you dearly and deeply, brother, sister. Wake up.